Welcome students. Today we will study the chapter of surface tension. Before going to surface tension, let us study some preliminary things such as intermolecular forces. Every two molecules of a liquid exert a force of attraction on each other. These forces are called intermolecular forces. These forces are short-range forces and they are effective only up to very short distance of order of 10 raised to minus 9 meter. Beyond this distance, the forces are ineffective. The intermolecular forces are of two types. Cohesive forces. The force of attraction between the molecules of same substance is called cohesive force or cohesive forces, and the attraction is called cohesion. The force of attraction between the molecules of different substances is called adhesive force or adhesive forces, and the attraction is called adhesion. Range of molecular attraction. The maximum distance between the two molecules up to which the intermolecular forces are effective is called range of molecular attraction. It is denoted by R. It is very short. It is of order of 10 raised to minus 9 meter. Any molecule can attract the other if it is within this range. Sphere of influence. An imaginary sphere drawn around any molecule with the molecule at the center with the radius equal to its range of molecular attraction is called sphere of influence of that molecule. Now we'll go to the surface tension. Every free liquid surface is like a stretched elastic membrane, always tending to contract so as to minimize the surface area. Thus, it behaves as if it is under tension. This tension is called surface tension. The property of surface tension can be explained on the basis of molecular theory. The liquid molecules are never steady. They are continuously moving in random motion, which is called Brownian motion. But during this motion, when any molecule approaches the liquid surface, the downward pull on it increases and it is not allowed to leave the liquid surface. The figure shows molecule A, which is completely inside the liquid. Hence, by symmetry, it is attracted by neighboring liquid molecules from all the sides. So the resultant intermolecular force of attraction on A is 0. Thus, it can move in the liquid anywhere. Now consider molecule B which is inside the liquid but near the surface of the liquid. Hence, its sphere of influence is partially in air. As the air molecules in this part of sphere of influence are rare, the upward force on B is negligible. So the net force acting on B pulls it down or do not allow it to move towards the surface. For molecule C, half of the sphere of influence is in air because molecule C is exactly on the surface of the liquid. As the air molecules in this part of the sphere of influence are rare, so no upward force practically acts on C. So the net force acting on C is vertically downwards, which do not allow C to leave the liquid surface. Thus, all the molecules in range R are bound to the liquid surface. In order to elevate molecule A and to bring it on the surface of the liquid, external force should be applied to it. To overcome the intermolecular forces, this external force will be used. Thus, work should be done on it. When a molecule is brought on the surface, the work done on it is stored in it in form of energy. This potential energy per unit liquid surface area is called surface energy. There is a natural tendency of every body to occupy such a position or shape in which it possesses minimum potential energy. Thus, when the liquid becomes free, it tries to minimize the potential energy. For that, it has to minimize the surface molecules or the surface area. Among all the geometric shapes that are cube, sphere, pyramid, tetrahedron, etc., the sphere has minimum surface area. So, when a liquid becomes free, the spherical drops are formed. The tension due to which the liquid molecules are brought closer to minimize the surface area is called surface tension. Now these are general definitions of surface tension. What is the technical definition of surface tension? Surface tension of a liquid is defined as force per unit length acting at right angles to an imaginary line drawn in the free liquid surface. The figure shows a liquid surface on which imaginary line AB of length L is drawn. Force F due to surface tension acts perpendicular to this imaginary line. According to the definition, surface tension T is given as T is equal to F upon L or F is equal to TL. This is the force on one side of the line. In order to calculate the total force acting on the line, we have to multiply the RHS by 2. Hence, F is equal to 2TL. The units of surface tension are Newton per meter in SI and dyne per centimeter in CGS. The dimensions of surface tension are M1, L1, T raised to minus 2. Now, when surface tension increases, there is increase in one of the factors of the liquid surface, that is surface energy. Is there any relation between surface energy and surface tension? Whenever any area over a liquid surface is newly created, work has to be done. The work is given as T into A, where T is the surface tension and A is the area created. Now this work done to create area is stored in the liquid surface in form of energy. So potential energy of the liquid surface is also given as T into A. Now surface energy is defined as potential energy stored in the liquid surface per unit surface area. So surface energy is potential energy upon area, that is TA upon A, that is T. Hence surface energy is same as surface tension. From the formula W is equal to TA, we get one more formula for T as W upon A. Hence we get two more units for surface tension as joule per square meter and erg per square centimeter respectively in SI and CGS. However, the dimensions of surface tension remain the same. Angle of contact. When a liquid is in contact with a solid, the angle between the surface of the solid and the tangent drawn to the surface of the liquid at the point of contact on the side of the liquid is called angle of contact of the liquid solid pair. There are 6 properties or 6 features of angle of contact. For a given liquid solid pair, the angle of contact is constant. If the liquid partially wets the solid, the angle of contact is acute. For example, kerosene in glass vessel. For a liquid which doesn't wet the solid, the angle of contact is obtuse. For example, mercury in glass vessel. If a liquid wets the solid completely, the angle of contact is approximately 0. For example, water in glass vessel. Any small contamination of the liquid can change the angle of contact largely. The angle of contact depends on magnitudes of adhesive forces between the solid and liquid molecules as well as the cohesive forces between the liquid molecules. Pressure on the liquid surface of different shape is different. Figure 1 shows a plain liquid surface. AB is a line of unit length over the liquid surface perpendicular to the plane of the board or perpendicular to the plane of the screen. Forces FF act on this imaginary line perpendicular to it. As these forces are equal and opposite, the net force acting on the surface is 0. Hence, pressure on both sides of the surface is 0. Similarly, for a concave liquid surface, pressure over the liquid surface is slightly greater than the pressure just below the liquid meniscus. For a liquid which does not wet the solid, the surface is convex, and for convex liquid surface, it can be proved that the pressure just below the liquid surface is slightly more than the pressure over the liquid surface. Now, this is used to explain what is capillarity. Capillarity is the property possessed by capillary. Capillary is a thick glass rod with a small coaxial bore of order of diameter 0.8 mm. This is called capillary. When a capillary is dipped in a liquid, the liquid rises in the capillary above the liquid level in the container if the liquid partially or completely wets the solid. The liquid level in the capillary decreases below the liquid level in the container if it is not able to wet the solid at all. The rise or fall of the liquid level in the capillary above or below the liquid level in the container is called capillarity or capillary action. For example, oil in the wick lamp rises due to capillarity. It is due to capillary action that the plants get their sap absorbed by the roots up to the leaves. From the capillary action, we can find out the formula for surface tension of the liquid also. The formula is given as T is equal to H r rho g upon 2 cos theta, where h is height of the liquid column in the capillary, r is the radius of the capillary, rho is the density of the liquid, g acceleration due to gravity, and theta is the angle of contact. For this, we have to take certain precautions. Number 1, the height h of the liquid column should be measured from the liquid level outside the capillary in the container. It should be measured up to the lower level or the upper level of the meniscus. While measuring the height of the liquid column, the vertical scale of the traveling microscope must be perfectly vertical. For a given solid liquid pair, T cos theta, rho and g are constant. Hence, product HR is also constant. Hence, different capillaries of same material of different diameters are dipped in the same liquid. The liquid rises more in a capillary of lesser diameter and vice versa. The surface tension changes due to two factors, impurities and the temperature. If the liquid contains any impurity, its surface tension changes by large amount. The effect of soluble and insoluble impurities is different. When a highly soluble substance is added to a liquid, the impurity molecules exert strong adhesive forces in addition to the cohesive forces among the liquid molecules. This increases the surface tension. For example, when common salt is added to water, the surface tension of salt water or salt solution is more than that of pure water. When a substance which is not readily soluble in the liquid is added to the liquid molecules are separated by the impurity molecules. This decreases the intermolecular forces between the liquid molecules and decreases the surface tension. For example, when soap is added to water, the soap solution has less surface tension than pure water. Thus, water becomes thin and can reach to every part of the clothes and remove dirt from them. Hence, soap solution is used to wash dirty clothes. When completely insoluble impurity is added to a liquid, the intermolecular forces become very weak, which reduces the surface tension to a greater extent. But this happens only when the impurity is added. Once the substance gets settled, the surface tension of the liquid remains same or it regains the original value. For example, when the sand is added to water, as long as it is poured in the water, the surface tension of water decreases. When pouring stops and the sand gets settled at the bottom of the container, then the surface tension of water gets its original value. Surface tension changes according to temperature of the liquid also. For most of the liquids except molten copper and molten cadmium, as the temperature increases, the surface tension of the liquid decreases. As temperature of a liquid increases, the liquid expands and intermolecular distance increases. This makes the cohesive forces weak. Thus, the surface tension decreases. Change in the surface tension per change in the temperature can be studied with a simple experiment. Then, the graph of surface tension versus temperature can be plotted. It shows that as temperature increases, the surface tension decreases. This graph intersects x-axis at certain point. The point of intersection can be described as the temperature for which the surface tension is 0. For example, for water, when the temperature becomes 100 degrees Celsius, the surface tension becomes 0.